Okay, we'll first see how these limiting beliefs and fears develop, and we'll talk again about a conscious subconscious mind, and then is how to change my default program. Okay, because I have to change my default program. If I don't change the default program, I'll continue doing what I'm doing. Now, simply, like I said, we have two minds: the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is the one which says, "Hey, you can do it. Yeah? What is so difficult?" Let's say I'm taking the example of public speaking now. Like I told you before also, just you know your subject, आगे आ जाओ, उसको study करो, 10 बार रट्टा लगा दो if you want to, or you have your post-it notes, or you can write down your full script also, know exactly what you're going to do, and come in the front and say that's the conscious brain telling you. But does the subconscious mind listen? Sorry, subconscious mind says no way, sir. I am going to get thrown from here. People are मेरे को गाली निकालेंगे, and that becomes my subconscious programming. अब क्या करें? कैसे इसको बदले? So by just talking about it, it's limited impact हो जाता है. So there is something here. So let's now first come to this topic of how did the limiting beliefs and fears develop. Okay, we've heard of the conscious brain, subconscious brain. What happens is, if you remember the previous talk also, there is something called as attitude and emotions, which means that something happens outside. What is the instant reaction my brain gives? And that is a subconscious reaction. Now, why is it like that? Because the brain is wired such, now I'm oversimplifying this whole subject over here, we can get inputs from the outside. Okay, the brain can get input from the five senses. So when the brain gets the input, what does it do? It bifurcates into two parts. One goes to your subconscious brain, one goes to your conscious brain. The subconscious brain is called as the reptilian brain, or the amygdala, and all those prehistoric brain, which is the background of the brain. And then there is the conscious brain, which is the new brain. It's called the neo brain, or the prefrontal cortex. There is a front part of the brain, which is where the entire processor can be. Say you can say it's a processor there, which is established over there, which can do a lot of analytical thing. Now, if one thing that can differentiate the animal kingdom, or animal subjects, insects, etc., or animals for that matter, and the human being, is the developed prefrontal cortex. See, animals have very limited prefrontal cortex. Of them, the chimpanzees and the monkeys do have to some extent. But the other animals, their prefrontal cortex, or the conscious brain, is developed to a very little. Whereas the human brain has developed phenomenally. But the subconscious brain, called as the reptilian brain, is still there, and that is 95%. Only 5% conscious brain. Now, why is it that way? Like I said again, the input comes through the five senses. Our external, whatever is happening outside, is the trigger, comes in. Either we see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, or touch it, the kinesthetic, right? The input comes, the brain again bifurcates into two parts. One will go to the subconscious brain, one will go to the conscious brain. Now, the subconscious brain does only one job. It just has this happened previously, and it does grrr, it does a check, gets a match, says, okay, what did I do now? What happened then? That I'm alive still. Now take that action. And it sends a signal to the body to do what it has to do. On the other hand, the conscious brain starts thinking, oh, what if, then, but, and is there any alternative to this? Can I do something else? A lot of analysis can be done. But by the time it has taken this time to do this analysis, it's too late. Why? Because the subconscious brain works at a speed of 50 milliseconds. The conscious brain works at a speed of about 250 milliseconds. So it takes time to analyze it. And then it has to tell the subconscious brain saying, "Aisa kar sakte hai." By then it's too late. Action ho gaya hai. And we can do nothing about it. So it's like a railway track. So let's now come to a specific, let's see the specific fear. How do the fears develop? Every fear practically develops in similar manners. So let's say when a baby is born, now the brain is practically nothing is there on the brain. It's practically blank, right? There is some memory, previous memory. In fact, memory starts when the baby is in the womb in the fourth trimester. Okay, that's when the last 2 3 months the baby is literally has emotions. It can feel emotions, it can sense emotions, etc., etc. And what does the baby do? The baby simply starts absorb. Now the baby is born, and the first contact generally it will come with is its parents, and the parents will kuchi kuch, say lovely baby, my baby, mera chota bacha, etc., etc. They will say that, The baby is getting emotions. It's feeling the emotions. And it's storing that in the brain, everything in the form of emotions. Now let's say the baby starts to grow up and the baby becomes, let's say, about 6 months old, right? And the baby is there lying on a crib, and from there, from somewhere, uh, let's say a cockroach comes or a lizard comes. What would the baby's reaction be? The baby will say, ah, look at this creepy crawly creature. It's got, let's say if it's a cockroach, it's brown in color, it's got 6 legs, it's got antlers. And the baby just looks at it and admires it, and then the cockroach goes away or the lizard goes away. Okay. Now let's imagine like I said, a year old starts walking around and the cockroach is back. What is the baby's reaction? The baby says, ah, my friend is back. Long time no see. Where have you been? And maybe the baby tries to crawl towards it or walk towards this to try and maybe catch it. And just as it stretches his hand to maybe catch the lizard or maybe the cockroach, from there a broom or a chappal comes, and the mother comes screaming from there, cockroach, tabak! And the mother hits the cockroach. The cockroach goes squish, or the lizard runs away from there. The tail breaks off. The tail starts doing blah 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 all that stuff. And from there, the father screams, "How dare a cockroach or a lizard come next to a baby? What if the baby would have touched it? What if it would have eaten it? What if it had gotten sick? Can't you take charge of the maid? Doesn't she clean the house? Don't we pay her enough?" And they have a major scene over there. And the baby says, "Oh my God, this guy is dangerous. That same cockroach whom it thought was his friend is a dangerous guy, because that guy has evoked such an intense reaction from its parents, whom the baby loves. That means that cockroach is a dangerous guy, or the lizard is a dangerous guy." And now that emotion is imprinted here in the background to say cockroach is dangerous. For example, if I ask you, how many of you remember the date 26th of November 2008? 26 November 2008. कितने को याद है? Just quickly just type out over here on the if you can just say yes, how many of you remember that? क्या हुआ था उस दिन 26 November 2008? Anyone? Yeah, the Bombay terrorist attack happened on at that time. How many of you remember what you were doing at that time? How many of you remember what time it happened? The terrorist attack in Mumbai. Can someone just type the date? Anyone remembers the date? The time, what time it happened? The Mumbai attack, what time? Anyone? कितने बजे हुआ था? What time did it happen? Yes, around 9 o'clock. Perfect. Somewhere around 9 o'clock. How many of you remember what you were doing at that time? I'm sure many of you remember it. I won't go into asking you to type that out right now, but I'm sure many of you remember what time it happened, what you were doing at that time. तब आप क्या कर रहे थे? You were maybe having dinner. You remember with whom you were having dinner. Maybe you were not with your family, so you were outside somewhere, away from your family, watching the whole news come in on the television, etc., etc. You might remember what you were eating also that day, etc. Yeah, you all can remember it. Yes, many of you can remember it. Just someone can just type. Do you remember all that? Yes. Okay. It was 9 p.m. Celebrating my birthday with my family, dinner with family. Yes. Anybody else? Yeah, wonderful. Yes. So many of you, I'm sure, remember what you were doing at that time. Okay. So how many of you remember? Let's say the date. Let's say is 26th of April 2020. How many of you remember? 26 April 2020, and what you were doing at 5 o'clock in the evening at that time. Do you remember? You say, what? Today is what day? Today is 10th of May. Did it come like this? Now, what you happened in 2008, almost 12 years ago, you remember absolutely vividly. Yeah, I was having dinner with so and so person. This was for dinner. My birthday was there. So many things. 16th of October, April, 20 days back, and you don't remember what you were doing? How can that be? It's there in the memory. So if you say, okay, today is 10, today is a Sunday, so previous Sunday, it was it was so and so date. Ah, okay, I was doing so and so. वो आ जाएगा. But did it come like this? No. Why? Because like I said, our body, our mind goes heavily by emotions. The brain stores emotions with markers. The brain doesn't remember the incidences, but the brain remembers the emotions. And they're instant. 50 milliseconds it takes to tap into those emotions. Say, ah, this was the emotion I gave at that time. I saw this, this happened, emotion this. So therefore, you remember something that happened 12 years ago vividly. कि 9 बजे अटैक हुआ था, मैं टेलीविजन देख रहा था. But something that happened 10 days ago, you start wondering, okay, 10 दिन पहले मतलब क्या था, आज रविवार है. Unless it was your birthday or something seriously, something major happened, then you remember it instantly. Yes. So same way now coming back to the baby's example I'm giving you. So we store emotions. The baby stored those emotions of a cockroach in the brain. Now the baby can become 35 years of age. Use the baby, the man now or a woman, the person sees a cockroach. What does it do? Instantly gets and get a match that emotion saying, cockroach is bad, dangerous, lizard is dangerous, snake is dangerous, etc., etc. And it will do that. And that is fear. And that takes charge. Same thing with the dog. Now, let's say those who are maybe somebody afraid of heights, maybe, okay, or risk taking, fear of unknown, risk taking. Just imagine you're a 5-year-old kid and you went outside to play like all 5-year-old kids want to do, and you went outside and you were climbing up a tree. Okay, children love to climb trees, and you tried to climb up the tree. You went up a little bit up, and from there, some your uncle came or some neighbor came and says, "How dare you climb up the tree? Come down this instant!" Patta, he gave you one slight slap, saying, "How dare you go alone on climb up the tree? What if you had fallen down? What if you had broken your leg?" He calls your mother outside, saying, "Can't you take care of your son? This guy is playing outside on his own. He's climbing up the tree. What if he had fallen down? Hospital jana padta tha, ye padta tha, wo padta tha." And you got fear of risk taking or maybe heights, depending on how the situation was. And that fear, you can become 45 years of age, and it says, come take risks. In some manner, the emotion is tapped, saying, dangerous, warning, red bulbs go off all over in the brain, saying fear is dangerous. They are called as neural pathways in the brain. Literally, they are pathways like a railway track. Input height, output fear. Input cockroach, output fear. Input dog, output fear. Input snake, output fear. Input public speaking, output fear. Why would public speaking have come up as a fear? Probably when you must have been maybe, again, 6, 7 years of age in your nursery school or your first standard. Your teacher must have told you, saying, tomorrow learn Baba Black Sheep, the nursery rhyme, and recite it in class. Okay, fair enough. You came home, homework kiya hoga, nahi kiya hoga, pada hoga, nahi pada hoga. All that happened. Next day you went to class, and teacher said, Girish, come now, tell this, recite the poem Baba Black Sheep. And I forgot. And I said, okay, Baba and Mama went down the hill to fetch a glass of water. And whole class laughed because the rhyme is Baba Black Sheep or something like that, or Jack and Jill. Let's say Jack and Jill, not Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water, right? And you said Baba and Mama went up the down the hill, etc. And the class laughed. The teacher scolded me, saying, "Girish, I had warned you that you must learn it tomorrow and come. Why have you not learned this? Learn the lesson and come today." And now this emotion is stored in me, saying, I cannot come in front of the class and talk. The fear of public speaking is now sown. I can become a 40-year-old gentleman or a lady and says, come, public speaking, duck, 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 duck. You cannot handle it. And so all these fears get developed till the age of 8, generally. Now, why till the age of 8? Because till the age of 8, the child lives in a subconscious way, subconscious state of mind. They do not have a conscious mind. Therefore, till about 5 to 8, 5 to 8 is the transition phase happening. Till 5, the child simply cannot do if, but, and, why not, why this, why that analysis. They have no capability. From 5 onwards, the development starts. By till the age of 8, sort of the thing is when the conscious brain actually starts to develop. And 8 to 14 is the transition phase, which means 5 to 8. So till you'll imagine that means till the age of 5 to 8, whatever you tell the child will accept it as gospel truth. They will not question you. They will say, whatever mama has said is correct, whatever papa has said is correct. And then you will find that conflict starts. Sometimes the teacher has told something else in school, and you tell something else in home. But the boy or the girl says, the child says, no, but the teacher has told me so and so. The teacher is right, you are wrong. Because the teacher told it before. And that is the emotion that is established over here, that's embedded over here, and you are telling something else. He says, no, teacher is right, you are wrong. अब कितना भी उसे argue करो, वो नहीं मानेगा, because his subconscious brain is made up. Unless you can somehow manage to change it. And that's how all is, like I said, the fear. Like I said, 8 to 14 is transition phase. After 14, practically we are made. Our prefrontal cortex is developed, the subconscious brain is totally developed. Now they can't talk to each other because they have been taught to talk to each other. Whatever fears and limiting beliefs are those negative. That means if I have been if I have been taught in my younger days saying Girish to gada hai, कुछ नहीं करेगा जिंदगी में, तेरे से कुछ होता नहीं है, तू कुछ करेगा नहीं, तू उल्लू है, तू गधा है, तेरे से कुछ नहीं होगा. Suppose my teachers or my parents repeated this mantra to me every single day. पढ़ाई कर नहीं तो गधा बनेगा, पढ़ाई कर नहीं तो उल्लू बनेगा, कुछ नहीं करेगा जिंदगी में, रस्तों पे रस्ते और जाशील. If this is what I have been hearing continuously from my parents or my teachers every day, my subconscious program has been literally, mind has been now programmed to say I am useless. And if this happened between 0 to 8, वो प्रोग्राम बन गया. I will say मेरे से कुछ नहीं हो सकता है, मेरी काबिलियत ही नहीं है. But is काबिलियत the problem? No, it is not your काबिलियत. It is your willingness to do it, because your subconscious mind will stop you from doing it. Say why? That's the default program. Sorry, you can do nothing about it. You are useless guy. तू गधा है, तू तो उल्लू है, कुछ नहीं कर सकता है जिंदगी में. That program keeps running in my background loop. It is very very dangerous. अभी क्या करें इसका? ये सब तो बन गया. अभी तुम कैसे करोगे इसको? Because that is ruining our lives. How do I change my default program? The good news is yes, we can change my default program. We can literally rewrite. The conscious brain can rewrite the subconscious mind to say, and you can bring up beliefs like they're called as affirmative beliefs.